Hi, everyone. Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. So glad you're here today. I'm thrilled to introduce you to Nathaniel Noble. He's going to talk to us about overcoming adversity, what he's gone through with marriage and his job and careers and life. And he's exactly who we want to hear from. So, hi, Nate. How you doing?
I'm great.
Good. I'm
Now that
glad
we
to
got
hear
this
that.
appointment straightened out, we are well.
Yeah, absolutely. We get everything sorted out. That's the fun of doing podcasts, though, right?
Yeah, it's like on the fly.
On the
Just
fly.
make it
We're all
happen.
on the fly and things happen and technical issues, and we just go,
Yeah,
no matter what happens, the show must go on,
yeah.
right, Nate?
Unscripted.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with you. So we talked a little bit about a long time ago, you had a marriage and you had some things changing. And we want to talk to you because there's a lot of people that go through breakdowns in a marriage for whatever reason. And it isn't that easy to kind of get back on track. So can we start there, Nate?
Yeah, it was back in 1987 when I met this interesting young lady, and 6 months later I proposed. We got married, had two kids. I was in the Air Force, and it went awry. She met another
First, thank
guy.
you for your service, Nate.
You're welcome. I
So
turned that into a
continue.
little poetry. But anyway, no, I think we did about 7 years, had two girls, and I'm just entrepreneur. I'm always trying to find ways to multiple streams. So I'm a go-getter. And I guess my first wife got, you know, I don't know, lost in the shuffle or something, and thought the grass was greener somewhere else. And I found out and my heart was broken like it never been broken before. But
Okay.
so that was like one of the lowest points in my life ever, 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 ever. And
So during that time, Nate, so you were working and you know your marriage is now breaking down and you're going to have to face some very serious issues and you have children as well.
mhm. Two young
So
kids.
exactly. So how did you start turning it around? Where did you start seeing, okay, this is I got to take control of my life and I got to turn it around?
Ooh, after all the crying and the long, lonely nights of trying to figure out where did I go wrong, and self-checking, had to do a lot of that, because I mean, apparently something went wrong. Let me check and see, was it me or what I could have done, or did I push it away enough? No, it wasn't that. It just she lost track of the journey and fell in a dark spot, and she did what she had to do. So and it took a while. It took, maybe like a 2 year process for me because
Okay.
I was actually in love. That was my wife. I had family, and it meant a lot for me to be the provider, the father, the husband, and stuff, and to like forge out a future for us. So, a lot of praying, a lot of crying, talking to people that've been through it. Just keep talking, talking, and talking, and talking, and then once I realized that it was over because I had to talk with her, and it's like, hey, this is what you want to do. Uh, since you're miserable with me, I wasn't put here to make you miserable. So let me step out the way. I'll take the L for the team and just let you be free because I wasn't put here to make you make you miserable. So,
Yeah.
but it took a lot of prayer and time. Then, like I say, talking to people to kind of uplift your spirits. I couldn't keep it in. I gotta let it get out. That's the healing process for me. Talk it out.
Yeah.
Exercise. Just get distracted from it.
Did you
Yeah.
get some counseling through that time, Nate? A lot of people go through counselors, or were you just sort of going to self heal?
We tried a little bit with
Okay.
the church we was going to a little bit, but she wasn't really interested in that. So it's like, why waste the time?
Okay.
You're not interested, it's not gonna work. So, I just kind of got out the way.
I'm always interested, Nate, and people do have marriages kind of collapse for whatever reason. But I am interested. I hear you say, as a father, as a husband, as a provider for your children, it means a lot to you. There's a lot of good guys out there, a lot of good women
Hmm.
out there, a lot of people, and you and your wife are great people, and you just had a breakdown of the marriage. But what I'm looking at is, you're sort of the steady Eddie guy, and
Steady
how
Eddie.
you leave the marriage. As you go along your path, did you start dating again? Did you start, I mean, I know you have children, so you would have had responsibilities there, but did you start moving on in relationships?
Yeah, I was trying to move on and try dating. It was hard because I was locked in marriage from here to the end. So dating was like a foreign thing to me after I was married because we had about 7 years, and so I was all locked into marriage. But when we broke up, I think we separated maybe like I don't know, maybe a year and a half or something. So in between time, I was trying to move on.
Sure.
I was legally separated and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, it don't look like it's getting together. So I dated a couple of women, and I'm like, nah. Then we start talking, and we trying to get back together and work it out, and it's like it didn't work out. So she wasn't ready, and I'm like, life too short to be undecisive. So I'll take the higher road and get out of the way and file the papers and move on because we got 7 years and we don't have to start over again. We're already in it.
Yeah, yeah.
But she wasn't ready to get serious, and life's too short to be waiting for somebody that's not ready to get ready after separation and going through all the ups and downs, and you had time to figure it out.
Sure, sure. Now, what do you do for a living? Nate, tell us what you do.
Uh, Truck driver. Back in those days, I was working in a warehouse, forklift driver, and
Oh,
been
good.
driving trucks well, actually since high school. My dad was a truck driver, had a truck, and since '98, I've been driving trucks nonstop. So, and then
Oh,
I got a podcast. I'm a Live Good member.
I saw
Explaining.
that on your shirt, Live Good. We talked about that you have a
Yeah,
podcast, and we certainly want to talk about what you do with your podcast, what kind of guests that you have there.
I have guests like you and your friends and everybody with a heart and you know some type of decency. Yeah, I'm like a people's podcast. My tagline is where we talk about life because it happens to everyone.
It
So
does.
I got independent musicians. I got a couple of people that some people know, and a lot of average people that's doing wonderful things and got positive life experiences and overcoming obstacles and leaving life nuggets, for the next generation to kind of pick up where they
I
learned.
think I think that's what I love about the podcasting as well,
Mhm.
Nate. We get to have nice people on every day, people just trying to get through each one. Most people are happy, but
Yeah,
they certainly face challenges along the way, whether it be health, health
and the answer
issues,
everything.
uh, yeah, divorce, whatever it is. You're certainly going to hit challenges in life. And I think it is nice that people are coming forward more and more on these talk shows and saying, "Hey, it's real. I'm real. I got through it. You can get through it." And that's
Hmm.
exactly what we're bringing forward, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. So I just like to hear the stories. Kind of like have people tell their story, like, hey, where you come from, where you been, where you going, and how they overcame, and then just I like the underdogs overcoming.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
they're the good ones, I know. Because I think we have that sort of Superman thing, right? They all have that moment in the superheroes where it's really dark and then they come back up. And I think we all love a comeback
yeah,
kid, don't we?
yep.
So talk to
Yeah.
us about Live Good. What is that about?
Live Good started about 2 years and something ago. A guy named Ben Glinsky, and he got three other co-partners. Well,
Oh,
so it's in like the network marketing field. The network marketing field is dying. It's the old dinosaur system. So they came in to restructure and change that and make it the way it is. So we're starting off with high quality nutritional supplements.
nice.
The highest quality, the lowest price. So if anybody interested in the video, we got a 5-minute video at joinnatenow.com. It
Oh, right on.
explains what we're doing. But we've been around 2 years. We got about 1.6 million people around the world and as members and enjoying the fruits of what these products put on you.
So you're a representative for Live Good?
Actually a member. Like it's like Sam's Costco. You get a membership and you
Oh,
use
okay.
you use the stuff and then we get paid to enroll other members. Let them know about the greatness of this. So
Oh, okay. I get that.
I'm drinking my
I
Live Good coffee right now.
get Is that
Talk
it?
about brain focus, mushrooms. Awesome.
Exactly.
Excuse
Exactly.
me as I savor.
So now you're still driving truck and you have
Yes,
a business. Obviously, you're representing Live Good, you're a member there. So you talk to a lot of people on the road, right?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
actually
do
a
you
local.
drive North America or just in, where do
No,
you?
I used to drive up and down the coast of the five from Mexico to Canada up in that
Oh,
corridor.
sure.
But I'm
Okay.
local now. I'm kind of working local. I'm home every day,
Oh,
off
so
on
that makes it
weekends.
a little bit easier for you.
Oh yes, I love sleeping in my own bed because living on the road. I mean, I had some great sleep on those, the truck beds because
Sure.
you got 10-hour breaks. You can just sleep, and
Yeah.
you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's just sleep.
Go to sleep. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
and
I know a lot. I've known truck drivers over the years, and they do say the same thing. It's a lifestyle, isn't it?
yes, and it's not for everyone. You know,
No, but it's
being I'm a
certainly commendable.
yes, yeah, we need them. We definitely need them. They're like the last of
Absolutely.
the cowboys. Yeah, if it wasn't for trucks, we wouldn't have none of this stuff here.
I agree. I
So yeah,
agree.
all homage and respect for the truckers, even the ones that's like cutting you off. Just they in a hurry. They got time. They got
They're in a
deadlines. They
hurry.
try to make.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
So everyone is not professional. They can drive truck, but it's a profession too.
so let's go to where we are now. So we talked about a little bit about your past, and we're talking
Mhm.
about where you are now. You're working, you're building a business, and you have a family. How are your daughters doing?
My daughters are fine. My oldest one gave me a grandson back in August, my
Oh,
first biological
congratulations.
grandson. But I got remarried. I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. We didn't discuss that. Good,
Oh
good job.
yeah, I had to move on. I'm used to being married, so
Well, we
marriage is
talked
easy
about
for
the
me.
dating, Nate, but we didn't know you
Well, oh
found
yeah,
the
okay.
one.
So after the dating, that didn't work out. So I got back with my first wife. We was trying to work it out, and then that didn't work out. So I'm like, hey, I'm filing papers. I'm moving on.
Sure.
And then I met a friend, which is my barber today.
Ooh,
She's yeah, I got my personal barber.
there you go.
But so we were friends, and then I got serious with her, and we've been married since 1998.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
she's 12 years my senior. She came with four kids. I came with two kids, and she had three
She has
grand.
four children, did you say?
Yeah, she had
And you
four. I
have
have
two.
two. So we
Good.
had to blend it. But my kids was young. Her kids was a little older because she's 12 years my senior. I
Okay.
got a cougar the next time around.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's all right.
Brow.
I'm
Call me
sure
the
she's
Cub.
wonderful.
Oh yeah, I mean we've been together since '96. Got
That's
married in '98, so we still together, still making it happen.
Can we ask her first name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Yep.
Very nice. Nice to meet you, Dorothy.
Yep. She's over there getting a proper rest.
Wonderful.
But yeah,
Wonderful.
so
She
yeah,
sounds
I'm
like a
married.
lovely person.
Oh yeah, she got to be because I don't have time to waste. That's what
You
she
have
told me.
six children too, so that's a lot of responsibility. You both have to
Man,
kind of kick in. Now, what's interesting is
they
she wants to
grown.
take on your children, you have to take on her children, and that happens a lot in blended families as well. So it's not as easy to bring families together.
Yeah, well, it was what was different about this is her kids was like grown. Like I think when I got with her, her youngest kid was maybe 19 in junior college.
Okay.
I came on the scene with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, something like that.
That's a big spread, 19
Yeah,
down to
but
5 year.
then Dorothy had three grandsons that was like close to my kids' age, so they kind of grew up together and all that stuff. So now these grandkids have kids. So we got all these grandkids, and then I finally had my first biological one, from my
Right.
firstborn.
Right.
So yeah, it's like like over 20 something grandkids. So I
That's
got like the
wonderful.
whole spectrum of from birth to kids that's like 50 something years old.
That's wonderful.
And all these grandkids and a lot of great grandkids coming, and it's like it's a party over here.
Oh, I love it.
So
That's
I got a
wonderful.
wealth of experience dealing with these humans,
You sure
male.
do.
Yeah, so yeah, they call me Papa Nate.
Papa Nate. I like
Yeah.
that. Papa Nate. And you actually are very young looking, so everybody
Well,
thinks, oh, he's a
y-
grandpa.
actually, since my new grandson was born, I had to grow this beard to represent the grandpa look.
Got it.
Other
It's
than that, I
looking
usually don't
fine,
have the
Grandpa.
beard. Yeah.
Papa, right?
Papa Nate.
Papa Nate. Um,
So what
so
else you want?
you're now you're married again, and
Yes.
so you've done very well with that. You two are
Mhm.
very happy, and you have grandchildren and great grandchildren on your wife's side. So that's quite a feat in itself. So well done.
Yeah. It worked out, and blended families, that's a challenge in itself, but it worked out. She kind of pretty much helped me raise my girls because her kids was already raised.
Sure.
I'm the young parent, my first time with, raising a family. So we leaned on her wisdom because I have two girls. we leaned on her wisdom to help guide these girls into womanhood and stuff. So, that's their bonus mom. They love her to death.
So
And
can we name your children just and grandchildren on here? Can we go through your children?
that's too many.
Too many?
Yeah, and I don't know if they want to be on I'm the one in the spotlight. A lot of them
That's
like to stay
okay. That's
reserved,
okay. We're just asking. That's okay.
but
I,
it's
we're gonna just say hello to all of them here.
yeah, all my babies.
Yeah, all your family. You are a very respectable gentleman. You've taken care of your family, and that's commendable. And it is a different world today. Men and women do
Yes.
have to kind of come together and help each other and raise children together. When I was growing up, and I'm probably a little bit older than you, Nate.
I don't know.
When I was growing up, my family, we didn't really, I didn't do it that way. I was home with my children. My husband worked, and then
Hmm.
I went to work later in the field, but we raised our children very differently than they do today. And
Oh yeah.
men really back then weren't as involved. They certainly were great fathers, don't get me wrong, good husbands
Providers.
and
Yeah.
all of that. But they certainly weren't as hands-on, I think, as they are today. Just my opinion. And that's not to neglect men that were, but I'm
Right.
just saying today it is quite different. And you young men are doing so well, I think, raising children and being involved in their life and
Oh yeah.
being a parent that cares, and you have a the children have a stepmother who is kind and caring. And I don't know how your relationship is with your first wife, but I'm
Oh,
assuming
we're
she's part of
cordial. Yeah. We're cordial.
yeah, so that's important.
Yeah.
And so you
Yes.
always have to be respectful to each other and to the past parent,
Hmm.
because they're still in their life and they matter.
And
And
it's
you
still the other parent. So,
exactly, respectfully her side
right.
as well. So well done, Nate. Like that, and for everyone out there, just like yeah, like just being there for your family. And as grandparents, it's changed quite a bit. My grandparents, I certainly saw them once in a while, but
Hmm.
they didn't weren't there with me. I mean, that's just not what we did.
Hmm.
Today, I hear so many grandparents are involved with their grandchildren. So
Hmm.
that's
Oh,
wonderful.
trust me, we get a lot of invites for a lot of events.
I bet you
These
do.
kids got everything going on, and then we have the family gatherings around the major holidays, some birthdays, and sometimes there's nothing going on. My wife would just like throw something together. Hey, we're doing breakfast this Sunday, so
Isn't that
come on
nice?
over. Yeah, because she like to keep the family together, and because I mean everybody's busy and doing their thing. So you got to plan something so everybody can come together, other than the funeral.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as you said, Dorothy does a good job of that. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
wonderful. And so Nate, when you look back now, let's go back to where we started.
Hmm.
You kind of had your bumpy rides. You
Hmm.
stayed focused, you stayed with your family, you met someone new, which is fine. Now you have a wonderful family together. When you look back now, do you kind of see where it had to happen? I'm just,
Oh yeah. I tell my wife Dorothy all the time. I'm like, man, I had to go through that hell to meet this heaven. And she
right?
had a situation too where she had an ex husband and it didn't work out. So like, well, we had to go through these people to find each other. It was painful, but now look at the joy and the blessing that came out of this trial and error. So I ain't mad at nobody.
I could tell.
I forgave my ex-wife and all the stuff. Like I said, we cordial, we speak, we got a new grandbaby. So it's like, and we got kids and we got stuff we got to do together with these kids. So I don't
Oh,
bash, even when I explained to my kids, because they was young when all this happened, they don't remember all the drama. And as they grew older, I told them, hey, well, this is what happened. So like, hey, just because, something happened on your mom end and stuff and it didn't work out, do not hold that against her. Don't bash her, don't be mad at her and stuff. She did what she had to do in her mindset at that time. And as you grow older, you understand some of these life things. So don't be mad at her. And I never did bash their mom to them, like, down talking and stuff. Because when you do that to the other parent, you're actually doing that to the kid too. So hold
okay.
back.
That's so true. Well done. And
Yeah.
I wanted to say to your point, when you're going through it at the time, you're doing the best you can at that time, where your
Hmm.
brain and your body and your mind is all in one area. You've all grown and moved
Yeah.
past it. And now you're a different person, even though you're really the same, but you're a different person
Yeah.
because you've experienced more. And now you could be more empathetic, right?
Yep. And then,
And
I
Yeah.
can help other people as they go through that, because we got young kids and mid-age adults and stuff. So they go through the breakups and all that stuff. So I got a little wisdom in this subject, so I can talk about it because I was there at the lowest. Yeah,
Right.
you cry so much where no more tears come out.
And
Yeah.
that's the nice thing, right? Because I think you're right. You have a chapter and that
Ooh.
closes, and now you have another chapter, and this is going to move on to its
Mhm.
end. Everything ends. So you
Yeah,
have
just
to make the best of what you have right now, right?
yeah, I can tell people that's going through it, even the ones that are going through it now, just hang in there. It's rough, but hey, this too
This
shall
too shall
pass.
pass, right?
Yeah. But everybody got to go through their tests. You know, there's a
Yeah,
blessing on the other end if you survive and hang in there, even though it looked dark.
it's true. You're absolutely true. I
Keep
think of
walking.
all the things that the pivotal moments in my life that absolutely got me to where I am today have
Yeah.
been astounding and things you wouldn't even think of. So you're right. While you're going through that, Nate, you must have been devastated. And today
Ooh,
you're so happy. It's just crazy,
can't
right?
you see?
Look at that smile, right?
Hey, everywhere I go, I try to bring joy and happiness to people I meet and stuff. It's just because I am happy.
Yeah,
I exude what I am.
absolutely. Now let's go back to your podcast because that's important.
Podcast. Okay, I
So
started the podcast
now
back
what's the name of the what's the actual name of the podcast? You might have
and
mentioned it before.
uh I think I didn't. It's called the Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast.
The Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast. Got
My
it.
whole my
I'll
whole
put that on
government
here
name.
for sure.
Yeah, and they can find it on all platforms. It's on everywhere.
And you're on LinkedIn and Facebook and all of
Uh,
that, the
I'm
social media.
Yeah, I'm in there as Nathaniel Noble, Nate Noble, and if you go to my podcast, it have the links in not the podcast, but my website is mrnoblepodcast.com.
Okay.
So if you go there, then that'll link you to everything else.
Okay, good. So the best way to reach you is through that web page.
Yeah, mrnoblepodcast.com.
I'll put that at the bottom as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's all on here for everybody. So,
Yes.
I mean, because we want to, if people want to get a hold.
Yeah, check me out. I got some good stuff. I'm telling you, I got some great guests, and you're gonna be one of them.
Thank you, Nate. I'm looking forward to it. You
Yeah.
you look very healthy, so you're obviously taking care of yourself.
Oh yeah, I just walked 2 miles before we got on the show.
Beautiful.
I
So
walk every
that's
day.
yeah, you want to take care of your health, right?
Yes, as an older black man in America. See, my
Okay.
dad passed at 46.
Oh, I'm
I'm not
sorry
trying to
for
be
that.
that guy. Well, that's his fault. He didn't go get checked out and he didn't care about the hospital and visits. And so, hey, you know,
I
you as
understand.
you
We have
go.
you have to take care of yourself. I understand that, Nate. I
And
do.
look at all the kids that's, depending on my guidance and my love I got to spread. I got, in my circle.
I
So
love that.
yeah, I got to be, you know, I'm the patriarch and Dorothy's the matriarch. So we got to like be examples to the whole crew that's under us.
Now that's the big one right
Yeah.
there. You and your wife are a wonderful role
Heck
model
yeah.
for your family, and you're bringing it forward here, right on my show.
Somebody got to break the curse.
I can feel the love. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I told my wife, like when we started, well, I don't even know we had no dates. I don't even think we were dating because we was friends. We was friends while I was going through this. We was friends through the process when I met her. And I told her, like, she was fine with dating. I'm like, I got two young girls. You got some grandkids. Grandparents don't date. I'm used to being married. I just come out of marriage. I want to get back into marriage. So by the first of the year, we need to be married or we got to break it off. I can't. I'm trying to show my girls how to do this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she said, my daughter said, "Don't play with me. I'm serious." I'm like, I just came out of marriage. I don't have a problem being married. I just need somebody who want to be with me. So we
I
got
love
back,
it.
and this ring been on since 1998.
Very
First
nice.
of the year,
Don't take it off, Nate.
it won't come off.
Good.
Yeah, I got a suntan on my knuckle.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it's
Don't
stuff.
ever take it off. That's wonderful. You are absolutely an inspiration to everyone. Now,
Yeah,
Nate,
it's
when I'm going to make sure all your information's at the bottom. Everyone here, this is Nate Nathaniel Noble, and
Junior.
go to his podcast. Definitely subscribe because that helps him bring more content, as you know. And
Yeah.
certainly, I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
Nate, will you come back and visit us again?
Yeah. Anytime. But
Good.
yeah.
And Thank you. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Thank you again. Bye-bye.